Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap, and I hope that you are doing really good. Today we are here again with a new scheme. Wait, let me just open it. Yeah, right. So today we will study about the integrated cold chain and value addition infrastructure. So hi Viswanath, hello, how are you? Hi Arunash. Hi Arunash. Hi. Good afternoon. But before that, because as you can see in the picture also, what heavy name it is written over here. So let's just start with the integrated cold chain and value additional infrastructure. I guess I'm not visible, right? So can you tell me if I'm visible and audible? Yeah, I guess now it's fine. Right, okay, so without wasting any time, let's just start, but before that, to our new audience, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel where you can get the free PDF of every lecture that we provide on YouTube. Now, before the favorite question of ours for this particular series, that why do we need to study this series and why was it introduced? What was the purpose that why this particular scheme it was introduced? See, in case of, I'll explain what is integrated, what is cold chain, what is value addition. But before that, let's just understand the condition of farmers in India. See, what happens basically. A farmer has to go through a lot if he is able to get the proper whatever money that is needed for sowing of crops, for cultivating of it, for the various intercultural operations. Still there are some external factors or the lack of the technology that he still has to suffer. For example, he has the crop yield seems to be very good, but just before the harvesting, what is harvesting? When the particular produce, the crop which you have sown, it has reached a certain age, and after that you cut it. That process is that time period is known as what? Harvesting. Okay, so what happens? Yeah, the crop seems to be good, but then suddenly what happened? Some drought occurred, like drought like condition occurred, or maybe due to excessive rain, the crop it gets damaged, right? If the farmer is lucky enough to escape that situation, after harvesting also there are many conditions that hinders the farmer to have that proper income that he deserved, right? How this happens? This usually happens in the horticulture crops, or per se all the fruits. For example, what do I mean by that? See, it is not like that a crop has been harvested and it is directly sent to the market for the selling purpose. No, there are many processes that need to be done before it is ready to be marketed. That process is called post harvest process. Post means after. So there are processes after harvesting that are very essential also, right? So here in this case, what happens? See, there are some perishable produce. What does perishable means? Perishable is nothing but these are those produce which rot or which decay very easily or quickly. For example, if you have bought a banana, within a week it would perish, right? So these are the case of perishable produce. So what happens? There are two aspects to it. First of all, the farmer has to sell whatever perishable product that he has produced, specifically the vegetables, the fruits, whatever it is, within a short span of time. Otherwise, the fruit they would decay, right? And they would be they would not be able to have a proper price for it, right? So this particular scheme, it was introduced by keeping in mind that there is a lot of post harvest, so there should be a system, post harvest loss. There's a lot of post harvest loss, so there should be a particular method which would help in what? Which would help to tackle this particular problem. Next is to increase the farmer income, because again this perishable goods need to be sell within a few within a short span of time. The farmer would sell it in any price that he gets, because if they rot, the produce gets damaged or decayed, he won't even get that percent of money. So that is why what he does, he just send it in sell it in whatever price he gets. So this particular scheme, it will help the farmer. This was in mind while making this scheme, that the farmer income should also be should also increase. And lastly, to supply sufficient of food to the consumer, to us, right? What happens, the farmer, he has done his part by growing the produce, but what happened, due to its perishable nature, it, before reaching to the consumer or the people, it rot, it decayed. Then what's the use of it? We are cultivating, we are producing a really good amount of agriculture produce, but still we are not able to consume it due to the post harvest loss. And keeping all these things in mind, this particular scheme was introduced, and we will know everything about this particular scheme. And why do we need to study it? As in every lecture I say, this particular news, it was in this particular scheme was in the news recently, and whichever news is in the scheme is in the news, it is important from the examination point of view, right? Especially when NABARD grade A phase 2 is just ahead of you. So what happened in September 2021? This September 2021, the union minister in a meeting said that 353 new projects have been approved under this particular scheme for various state and UT. So basically this is a project because there needs to be, you're reading about infrastructure here, right? So it means that it has linked to do something with the storage facility. So there, till now 353 projects have been made for this purpose only. So we'll study everything about it, but first let us just understand what is a cold storage and what is this infrastructure, and that too value addition infrastructure we are talking about. Okay, we'll go word by word for the better understanding. The first word is integrated. Integrated is nothing but when many subunits, they come together for a higher purpose, is it known as integrated. So in case of this, many cold chain facilities, they have come together, they link, as now they are acting as one. So this is known as was integrated. I hope this particular word is clear. Next comes cold chain. What is cold chain? Chain, as you can assume, chain, it is also linked by many subunits. This is chain, right? Chain, it constitute many subunits, all have come together to be a part of a chain. What is cold? Cold means of lesser temperature, right? So in this process, in this cold chain, basically what is the thought process, what is the idea of introducing temperature controlled storage? It means after the harvesting, the produce, it needs to be stored, but in what? In a temperature controlled situation. What does it mean? See, every fruit or vegetable that has been harvested, they still have the capacity to respire. Okay, they respire, they release energy, and eventually everything, the fruit or the vegetable, it starts to decay. But if we provide lower temperature, specifically if we provide the lower temperature, this respiration process, it will slow down. And when it slows down, the shelf life means the retaining capacity of a fruit or vegetable to be as it was, as when it was harvested, that is the shelf life, that would increase. So in this particular scheme or idea, what is this cold chain means? To store at a temperature control area and transportation facilities to prevent rotting. Rotting means sadhana of easily perishable food produce. So whatever food produce that is easily perishable, so those are kept under temperature controlled situation, so that the produce, it would be as new as it was while harvesting until it reaches its destination. So basically, how is it where the farmer, see here you can look at this man also, he's covered in something because there is cold inside, that is why he has he's prepared with everything that he has wore to stand at that particular condition. So basically what is cold chain? It means after the harvesting is done, there should be proper infrastructure which would have this cold chain facility. Means which this infrastructure must not be just four walls covered with a roof where you can keep the material, but also there should be a mechanism to control the temperature inside, so that the whatever fruits and vegetables, they are as fresh as they were while harvesting. This happens in case of home also. We have refrigerator. Why? So that whatever produce, perishable produce we have, we keep that in refrigerator so that it does not perish quickly, right? So this is the concept. And why? So basically there is a storage facility, as you can see here with the man also. Here all the things are kept. Now this has to be transferred to somewhere else. Now whatever truck that we are going to use, that will also have this temperature control facility inside of it. For what? For preserving the produce when they reach the destination. It may happen that the destination is quite far away. If it is near, it is for once we can avoid these kind of truck. But if the destination is far away, there should be a proper mechanism, a proper truck with controlled temperature facility, so that the fruits, they can sustain their appearance as well as their quality when they reach the destination, maybe after 2-3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, right? So this is the cold chain facility or the process. And there is also one thing, that is the value addition. What does it mean? See, because these kind of infrastructure, be it the transportation facility, be it the infrastructure for the storage purpose, they will keep the quality of produce good, right? So what they will do, they will value add to the product, and that is why it is value addition infrastructure, right? For example, when you go for buying fruits, let's say apple, you may see the good quality apple of maybe 100 and 120 kg per kg, right? But there are some apples who are more or less of the same shape maybe, but their quality is a little bit low, and then you can find the same thing in 50 maybe 50 rupees or 40 rupees. So this does not add value to your produce. Maybe both were harvested at the same time from the same tree, but the condition of one thing is better than the other. So that is why the farmer, because of this, does not get a good value of the price, the good price of the produce, or whatever harvesting he has done. So that is why due to this process, he would get good amount for the produce, and that is why it will add value to the produce. Now if we go to the cold chain scheme, let's see what is the launch year. So the launch year in India of this scheme was 2008. I hope you get what is this scheme all about, what is the cold chain and what is the value addition infrastructure, because that is the main thing to know about this particular scheme, that you can also use in your descriptive portion also, because this is something that is technology driven scheme. You can use it in your descriptive as well. It was implemented by Ministry of Food Processing Industries. You should know the nodal ministry for the central regulatory examinations. What was the aim? Why was it introduced? There were two reasons. First was to minimize the post-harvest loss. Because of the poor storage facilities, we had to face a lot of post-harvest losses, right? So the first aim was to reduce that, and the second was to enhance value addition in agriculture produce, right? So how the value will increase, how the value will be added to the existing produce, we have already done in the last slide, and I hope that is clear also. If not, comment it down, I'll explain again. Next is the key features. Right. So what are the key features of this scheme that has been introduced by the Government of India, implemented by Ministry of Food Processing Industry in the year 2008, with an aim of minimizing the post-harvest losses as well as enhance value addition in agriculture produce? The key features are promoting integrated chain facilities from farm gate to the consumer. See this word, farm gate to consumer. Farm gate is this in a particular X state, consumer is here in Y state, so there should be a particular process in between. That is what, that is a cold chain facility. See, it is not like that the produce will directly jump here to come here, right? There should be various steps, because there are many steps involved. Maybe storage at the farmer's level, then after that transportation, then after wherever wholesale market or whatever who shop owner would buy that, then after that maybe a supermarket, right? And then the consumer. So there is a chain, and that is why it is a integrated cold chain scheme. ठीक है, अब क्या होगा? See, so from end to, it's an end to end process, transcript, right? And here what is the first term that is important? From the farm gate and to where? From farm gate to the consumer, that is over here. Okay, end to end, keep this mind. In order to do what was the aim? To reduce losses by improving efficiency in the collection of farm produce, its storage and minimal processing, right? So that is the first thing. Second is what is a feature of this particular scheme? It is that both horticulture and non-horticulture produce are eligible for support under this scheme. So basically not only the horticulture crops which I explained you all about, for example the vegetables and everything, not only that, but which are not horticulture crops, they are also eligible under this particular scheme. So in this scheme, the government will make the additional infrastructure where a farmer can keep his produce to protect it from getting perished, right? So this is the wholesome of the scheme that is important from the examination point of view. I hope this particular concept is clear to you all, right? So yeah, that is all for today about this particular scheme. We will come again with another important agriculture scheme that is in the news recently. Until then, keep study hard and all the best for your examination, and thank you very much.